A story my family always loves to tell is about an entire family trip to Disneyland, and my dad showing how goofy he can be when he tries to plan out a family activity. My family always took trips to California once a year together. Whether it was for 2 days or 2 weeks, this was always our time to reconnect and cherish each other as family members. Coming from a family of 7 with 5 kids and 12 years in age difference between my oldest sister and I, it was a difficult task to get everybody around the dinner table or to really get to interact and see each other like we should have. So naturally, we always looked forward to our trips to California every year. When we started vacations, our problems with getting everyone together at a central spot were still tough. We all wanted to do different things, whether it was my dad wanting to go to an Angels game, my mom and sisters wanting to shop, or my brother and I wanting to go to the beach. It was hard to coordinate. The year that I turned 12, my mom told us, I would really love it if this year we all spent one of our vacation days together at Disneyland, and we all agreed it would be a great idea. So my mom single-handedly planned and coordinated an entire day to get us all together to be in California together for Disneyland. We drove out together, all 7 deep, in a rented van, 6 hours from Arizona, eager to get to Disneyland and spend some time together. But as always, tensions can get high in a car with your entire family. We started the trip joking and laughing with each other, but before long, one of my sisters had said something a little bit out of pocket, and an argument followed with another one of my siblings. I can remember my mom and dad letting it run its course for a minute and hoping that we would work it out amongst ourselves, but that was clearly not the case. The argument evolved and slowly started to kill the entire vibe of the trip. My mom eventually stepped in and spoke over my sisters and told them, "This is supposed to be fun. We're supposed to be on a fun trip. We're all supposed to be able to enjoy ourselves and each other, and this is clearly not fun for anybody. Please, think before you speak." I remember her saying it so sternly, and a hush that fell over the car ride. It was completely silent. I can remember thinking that the vibe of the trip had for sure been killed without a chance of revival, and we drove quietly to the hum of the radio all the way. We drove to the hum of the radio for about an hour before my dad broke the silence. I remember him turning the radio all the way down before very seriously exclaiming, "Okay, I figured it out." And we all looked at him puzzled before he continued with, "Okay, so we'll make it groups of 2, but we'll probably stay together. But then again, Katie, give mom your phone." And that point is when the energy of the trip came back. We all looked at each other in unison before bursting out with laughter at my father's planning blunders. Everyone in the family had a cell phone besides my brother and I, so it made no sense at all for Katie and my mom to be exchanging phones. My oldest sister Gabby then asked, "Dad, did you even think that through at all? How does that make any sense to you?" As my dad's eyes wandered before he started to think about what he just said. The entire vibe had returned to the trip, and we continued to joke and laugh the rest of the way to the park. When we arrived at Disneyland, we had a great energy about the entire group. As we walked around, anytime we would split off to ride different attractions, we would always look at each other and quoted my dad and said, "All right, groups of 2, and we would laugh hysterically before we left. I look back at this memory and remember to keep it lighthearted and find the funny and goofy things in the situation rather than the bad. And I also remember how quickly vibes can change and how to better manage that transition. It's always been a great story to tell anytime my dad thinks it's a good idea to be the one to plan the trip.